Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine, and today we're going to be speaking about YouTuber Nickocado Avocado and how he was not 2 steps ahead. Let's get into it.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead.
Popular YouTuber Nickocado Avocado recently released a video titled 2 steps ahead, where he basically was stating the fact that he played his audience, his viewership, the whole entire 8 years that he has been on YouTube.
Cheapers, creepers!
Just to see how the audience would react to him and his character or his archetype. And to that I say bull crap. I am calling bull crap. I do not believe that he was 2 steps ahead in certain regards. Now, do I think that he planned him losing weight ahead of time? Of course. He filmed in advance. I mean, there are basically videos that he filmed from about 5 or 6 months ago where he still had on that weight. I definitely do think that he planned his weight loss in advance. Now, why do I think that? Nickocado Avocado needed to lose his weight. It was affecting him mentally and it was also affecting him physically. But he wanted to lose the weight in an epic manner, or a manner that would garner a lot of attention. So he started planning for it. It's not something that he did 8 years in advance. It's not some test that he was doing towards his audience. In his new video, 2 steps ahead, he states that he feels like he's watching an ant's nest. And as an ant myself, I saw his video title and I was so excited because I was like, oh my god, he actually lost all that weight. I was very intrigued. So I clicked on the video, and when I saw the first 2 seconds of that video, my heart sank because of that panda mask. Now, if you guys don't know where or the correlation to that panda mask, let me get into it. About 4 years ago, a YouTuber called Stephanie Sue and Nick were friends. Quote, friends. Viewers had asked Stephanie if she had heard of him, and she stated she did not, and they weren't really friends. Apparently, she felt that Nick would have been offended. When they did meet, he said he was not offended, and Stephanie felt like she could trust him. Stephanie and Nick had a falling out where Stephanie stated that Nickocado was a narcissist. I also would have to agree with her on the fact that he would tell her information about his childhood, and she would tell him information about what she had gone through that's private to her. I mean, if you really want to know, you can go ahead and go to her YouTube channel. All his life she had explained bad that happened to her, and she had opened up to Nick about it. Then he made jokes about it. He also gave the impression that he would have released receipts about Stephanie and another YouTuber, Veronica Wang, where Stephanie stated they really don't get along. Now, how does it relate to Stephanie Sue? Well, Stephanie Sue has a husband that is really private. He does not want his face on the internet, so he wears in every single one of their videos a panda mask. That little space that Stephanie and Nick had met, Nick had gained her trust. He had gained her confidence in him as a person, which he then used and abused. He also wanted to do some weird ass shit with her security system, where he was asking about her security system, and Stephanie at the time felt as if he wanted to know what exact security system she had so he could, I don't even know, but hack it or see in some way into her house. Now, I feel as if that is the truth. Do I know exactly why he chose the panda mask to be in the first couple minutes of his video, where he's explaining his great achievement of losing 250 pounds in the last 7 months? No. Do I believe it is a sign or a message to Stephanie? In some regards, yes. A message of what? I have no idea. Do I believe that for those 8 years, Nickocado Avocado was using his audience and his viewerships as test subjects? No. And we will not, I repeat guys, we will not as an audience be tricked who lost control of themselves. Even he said it in his video.
It was a long 8 years, wasn't it? It was a long 8 years. And I didn't think that it would have gone this long, but it did. And it was like a bad dream that, yeah, it was like a really bad dream that we were waiting for it to be over. And it's over.
At the beginning of his career, he was a vegan mukbanger. He used to eat vegan food. And then he transitioned into eating meat. And his viewers at the time did not approve of him eating meat. But what did Nick do? Nick continued to eat meat because one, he probably wanted to. Meat is a lot tastier than vegetables. I don't care what anyone says. And two, he wanted to gain more attention, more notoriety. So he kept on eating and eating and eating, and he gained weight. Fast forward 8 years later, he needed to lose that weight, but he did not want to lose the attention and the notoriety that he had. So he needed a way in which he could lose his weight and also still keep his intrigue. 2 years ago, he made a video stating,
I am always two steps ahead.
But at the time, I took it as someone who was deeply depressed. I don't think at the time that video was made when he was at a low point in his life. I think at that time also he realized that he needed to lose the weight, and so he was beginning to weave his web of lies because he's a liar, he's a narcissist, and he wants to manipulate his audience. He started to either one, work out or start to be on medication. Him eating got so bad he was on a ventilator and also a wheelchair. Now, do I think those things were used as props to gain the audience attention? Of course. But it's also something that he actually needed at the time. He had gained a huge amount of weight that made him unable to breathe properly, putting him on a ventilator, and walk properly, where he could not walk for long periods of time. That's what happens when anyone gains weight. I will agree with him. He was kind of 2 steps ahead, but not for 8 years. Definitely not. Maybe for 1 year or 2 years. Maybe he was. He started pre-filming his videos, of course. It's to make his audience keep watching so they can see his next move. After time, he's gonna realize that people's interest in him aren't the same anymore, and he's gonna go back to his old way. Guys, let us not be fooled by someone that is at minimum a narcissist. He definitely tricked us. He definitely played. He played in his own face. Him losing weight, it was for his health, both mentally and physically. Not because he was somehow orchestrating the biggest test on viewership. No, it was definitely not that. Him lying now is only to garner more attention, which, you know what, I'm not gonna fault the guy for. Him wearing that panda mask is eerie, and I'm holding my breath just to see exactly what he's gonna do next. But all in all, it's crazy to think that people will let themselves believe certain things. If you watch in his video, in the first few minutes, you get exactly what's going on. Exactly. And I will not, if I can reach at least 10 people, we will not be tricked by Nickocado avocado. We will not. I think him choosing the panda mask was strategic. I'm a little bit scared on that. But what we're not going to do is trick ourselves into thinking this man has fooled us. He has not. I think he's scary. I think he's smart. I think he thinks he's in control. He was not, at least for a good majority of the years that he's stating it was some big thing. It really wasn't. He began to set this plan about 2 years ago. For almost 8 years he ate on YouTube. 2 years of that was planned on his weight loss. I think Ozempic had some helping in doing that. And I think he's also sending a message to Stephanie Sue. If I was Stephanie Sue right now, I would be scared. Because that's definitely a message. No other else YouTuber has that much significance to a panda mask. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and subscribe if you guys want to see me comment on random shit that has nothing to do with me. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.